You the one that don't have no respect. Leave me fucking outside. We're bitches. You don't respect me. I'm not telling you. Call back.
Today will be the truth under penalty of perjury.
I swear.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. All right. So I have your petition here. You filed against Mr. McNeil, and he lives in DeKalb County. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you listed on your petition that you two are present or past spouses. Are you still married?
As of right now, yes, we are.
Okay. Is there a divorce case pending?
Not at the moment.
Okay. And you have 2 one-year-old children together?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you used to live together. How long have you been living apart?
A month now.
Okay, so it's still fairly new. Is there any property that you think either of you would need to retrieve or exchange from the other?
No.
Okay. Let's see. Now you put on your petition that there was a special conditions bond in place, which means there has been a previous arrest. What was that charged for?
The previous arrest was an incident happened last year on November 25th, the day after Thanksgiving, where he had assaulted me while I was pregnant.
All right. And what type of contact did he make with you, or what did he do?
Are you talking about the previous case?
In November.
In November, he got arrested for assaulting me while I was pregnant, and he had a no contact bond. But during the process, we didn't contact each other at all.
But what you've used the word assaulted twice. I'm asking you to be more descriptive. So things like hitting, pushing, kicking, shoving, grabbing, whatever descriptors you can use to sort of walk me through what happened during that incident.
Okay, absolutely. So it was, I want to say around probably like 12 noon. We woke up fairly late. And I believe Mr. McNeil wanted us to have intercourse, but we had just had like an argument the night prior. So I wasn't, in a mood to. And, he had got on top of me, and I had shoved him to, get off of me. And, that's when he had punched me in the back of my head. And then I laid there in the bed, in shock. And then, we proceeded to, go to the living room where, he kind of like, I don't want to say body slam, but kind of like slammed me against the wall. And then that's when I have, fell and landed on like, my arm and, fractured my arm. That's basically what happened.
Okay, so did you call the police?
Yes.
And what injuries did you show the police?
When the police arrived, I had scratches on my neck, my chest. I was bleeding vaginally because I was pregnant at the time. I had cuts on my leg, on my heel. If I remember correctly.
All right. And what has been going on over the last month or two that led to you filing this petition?
The incident happened on June 10th. He was not living in the residence. He hasn't been in the residence for like, I believe for 2 weeks because we just had, got into an argument. He had packed most of his stuff and he left. What sparked it, or what enraged him was the fact that I unplugged the camera. I do not feel comfortable, being watched. He has a tendency of watching my every move. Every time I open the door, every time I leave the residence, stuff like that. So I believe that, I wasn't comfortable, with him just watching me, being the fact that, he had left the residence. So I unplugged the camera, and then I guess that enraged him. And, he kept telling me, if I do not plug back the camera, I will see. So I didn't really know what, that would mean. So he just came home on June 10th and forcefully tried to, I guess, evict me and kids, like throwing our stuff out. So all I did was grab his leg, just to, prevent him from, throwing all our belongings out. And then, I was dragged across the room, all the way outside to the pavement. And then that's when my brother, he was outside because he came out to drop off my luggage because I was about to leave. He was outside and he had came to intervene or like push him off of me. And he had showed officers him recording me grabbing his leg, and the officer detained me because she said that, grabbing is considered, you putting your hands on somebody as well.
And what was the end result?
I was detained because he had showed officers a video of me grabbing him. So they had to detain me on the scene because she said that grabbing is considered you putting hands on somebody as well, even though you're not physically hitting them or hurting them. That's considered you holding them against their will.
Okay. And what has the living situation been over the last month or so? You said you've been living apart since then, basically?
Yes.
Okay. And as far as what you are, so you've relocated somewhere else and he is in the original location, is that right?
Right.
And are you wishing for that to remain as it is, or are you asking the court for something to consider something different?
I would like it to remain the way it is.
Okay, so you want him to stay away from you, but you're comfortable living wherever you may be living now and in the future.
Yes,
okay.
For the sake of our minor children. I refuse to have them around that kind of toxic environment because it's multiple incidents where, he has been physical or has done stuff in front of our kids. So just for that purpose, I would just like to be, separated.
All right. And what month are they turning 2?
They turn to next month on the 11th.
Okay. So exactly a month from today. All right.
Yes.
Mr. McNeil, what questions do you have that you think I need to ask this witness, keeping in mind you'll have the opportunity to testify if you choose to do so here momentarily?
You said questions, sir?
That's correct. Questions for Ms. Pope?
I don't really have questions for her. I just have basically the evidence to prove of each and every incident of each day that happened on her arrest, on even the one that happened in August as well. November last year.
Okay, well, let's do this before we get too far into that. I'll ask you to raise your right hand for me, please. And do you swear any statements you make to the court today will be the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yeah, I do.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. All right. Before we begin with your testimony, I understand that there is already a criminal charge pending in this matter. Understand that you have the right to remain silent. Any statements you do make to the court today could be used against you in future proceedings. And there is a representative of the prosecutor's office here at today's hearing. It's a victim advocate who's here for other purposes, but they are present nonetheless. So with all of that said, you referenced evidence. I think you've sent in some exhibits already. One of the people who is on the call with us is the clerk. And what will happen is that if you can direct them to what exhibit you're referring to, they will pull it up and they will screen share it so that I can see, so that Ms. Pope can see, and so that you can see, so that we're all looking at the same thing at the same time. So when you get to that part of your presentation, then you can do that. And in the meantime, you can just begin whenever you're ready. What would you like to tell us today?
I would like to start with my first arrest in August, where it happened when basically there was nothing sexual going on at the start. We started it was chilling.
Did you have one in August and one in November?
Not August. I'm in November, so I'm sorry. November 22nd.
That's okay.
Yeah, but
all right,
sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, but the one in November when I got arrested, basically we woke up. There was no sex involved. We woke up. It was an argument. I just tried to get up and leave because that's what I normally do in every argument. Every time I try to leave, she refusing me, stopping me, trying to walk out to leave or standing in front of the front door. And I also have footage of cameras pointing at her doing this action as well. But basically, we woke up. I didn't put no hands on her. I told her, excuse me, I'm just trying to leave. I'm not trying to argue. I tried to grab my kids, walk outside the house. She tried to stop me. She grabbed my pants and everything like that in front of the front door. So I'm just trying to get around her basically at this point. She wasn't wearing anything when she came out the room. I think she came and grabbed a towel after that. and then she's still trying to stop me. I tried to grab my kids, move from the living room to the room. She followed me in there, beating on the door, trying to basically get inside the door, trying to stop me and put her hands on me. So then I walk out. After a while, I got outside. The police arrived. I sat in the car. My kids was cold, so I had my jacket on. I put him inside my jacket. He told me to get out the car, turn the car off. I'm like, can I keep the car on? Because my child was in here. He was like, no, turn the car off. Still, okay, I stood outside, told him what was happening. He was like, okay. It was two officers. The other officer walked inside and asked to talk to her. Next thing you know, I was telling the officer I got proof of on my cameras and everything. I was like, what's going on? What happened? He was like, okay, he can wait for the other partner to come out. By the time his partner came out, or whatever she told the other dude, he came and told me to turn around, put my hands behind my back. And then next thing you know, I'm arrested. I told him I have video access in my house. He went back and see that the cameras are unplugged, but it's still recorded before she unplugged it, I guess, of the whole incident from that part. But you want me to explain the recent one now? Hello? Hello?
One moment, sir.
Okay.
One moment. The judge is having some audio issues. So we'll be in a brief recess. I'm gonna place you guys back in a
Here's my residency with my name on the lease with me and both of my kids. But with her saying I don't live here, I have been staying here. It's just when she want to argue, okay, I'll get up and I'll leave. Or whatever the case is, I come home, make sure everything's good after work. Then I also, you know what I'm saying, if it's a more argument, I just get up and leave instead of trying to go back and forth with her. So basically, on that day, I came in, I came inside the house. I really didn't have too much to say to her because I don't want no arguments, anything like that. I'm just grabbing my stuff so I could go to the lake with my friends because it's the weekend. So I'm looking for Crocs and shoes. Next thing you know, she on the phone with her brother, speaking in another language, foreign language. So I'm grabbing my stuff. Next thing you know, I get grabbed on my legs. So then I pull out my phone and I just started recording while she's grabbing my legs to show proof that there's nothing going on. I'm not doing anything. I'm just trying to get my stuff and leave. So it started in the living room. She grabbed my legs. Mind you, she already unplugged the cameras or whatever the case is. I grabbed my phone, started recording, and I limped out the house. That's all I wanted to do was just walk out the house. She grabbed on me. I limped out the house. It was showing that she on my leg, asking, can you get off me? I'm not trying to hurt you, harm you, touch you, anything like that. I finally opened the door, and then next thing you know, her brother meets me at the door. And then he was like, Jasmine, what are you doing? What are you doing? Then she get up. Next thing you know, I go back in the house trying to grab my stuff. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever you're trying to do what you got to do. I'm just trying to get my stuff, leave. They ain't trying to do all this arguing. Next thing you know, they talking about calling the police. I said, okay, cool, call the police. I got everything recorded. And then I walked back inside my house, turned around, and then her brother got in my face. He said, I don't know what he said. Next thing you know, he pushed me, then I'm getting hit in my ribs by him. Then she get in my face and swing at me twice. I got everything recorded on video from her doing that as well. Then after that, I was just like, okay, y'all was just trying to jump me at this point. My kids walking around in the living room, all that from video as well. And I'm just shocked right at this moment. And I just asked, can they leave? Can they get out the house? Then they choose not to leave. So I just walked out, waited for the police. And then when they arrived, I just showed them basically the video, what happened from when I started recording when she jumped on my legs.
And is that one of the things that you sent into the court?
Yes, sir. I sent
Do you know whether it was titled or what we would be looking for?
I put it, I'm not sure. I think I sent that in a list with the email. I think I numbered it like different numbers. I'm not sure which number exactly.
Ms. Broom, are you able to spot a video?
Yes, sir. Would you like for me to show it, Judge?
If you can screen share it, yes, please.
Okay.
Viens,
Let me go. Let me go.
viens, appelle les police.
Call him. Let me go. So I can evict you out my shit. Let me go. Get your hands off of me. Get your hands off of me.
Regarde sa main.
Get her off of me.
Viens.
Get her off of me.
Just viens, Samy, je t'ai tout dit à
Get off of me.
dehors.
Get off of me. Get off of me. See what I mean? Go ahead and get your stuff so you can leave. Keep touching my stuff in my house, you can leave. Keep touching my stuff in my house, you can leave. Come on. You don't have to pack your stuff, my boy.
Attends, j'appelle la police.
Huh?
Don't call me boy, okay?
Bro, get out of my house.
Don't call me boy, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't
All
call me
right.
boy.
All right.
911.
Please call.
No, Jackson.
Please call. Thank you.
No, I'm just
Thank
saying.
you. Thank you.
No, leave me.
For my own safety. For my own safety. I'm
Help
gonna.
me, Michael.
I know.
And the police.
No. Call him.
911 is on the line.
Call him. Call him. Call him. Y'all want to put your hands on me?
Let the police
No,
come.
that's Leslie.
Call him.
Leslie, let me keep on.
Call him.
Leslie.
Put your hands on me. Call him. Thank you. Thank you. Get out of my house.
I ain't
Get out
going
my house.
nowhere.
Get out of my
He's
house.
not going nowhere.
Get out of my house, Michael.
I'm not in your house.
You
bro.
was just in my house
Yeah,
and you want to
but
push me.
I'm not in your house.
Yeah, all right.
I'm not in your house.
All
I
right.
live here too. He ain't going nowhere.
All right. Watch this.
Yeah, watch why.
Watch it. Watch. Call him.
What?
Call him. I
Let
want
that
him.
warrant here. Let that warrant. Let me numéro déjà.
But I
So
went to
let's
court.
go.
I went to court though.
Let's go, Pop.
But I have a warrant. Shut up. Yep. Want to put your hands on me in my house? Thank
Yup.
you. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you.
Hey, she ain't got you on camera, too?
Thank you. Thank you. You see what she's doing? Thank you.
Venez jeter tous mes filles.
I'm gonna pipe up like that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Put your hands on me in my house. Thank you. Can't wait for them to come in.
Yeah. I can't wait neither. Hi, can I have officer 604? Yes. Ma'am, can I have officer sent out? So I'm sitting on the couch. My
Yeah,
sister,
whatever.
the ex-husband comes. He already robbed me on Sunday.
Yeah,
He
robbed
all
you.
my clothes, and then he comes back and tries to do the same thing.
In my own house? Whatever.
I was an officer sent over because I was robbed.
All right, Mr. McNeil, have you done anything to edit or alter that video from the way it was originally recorded?
No, sir.
All right, Ms. Pope, do you have any objection to the video being considered by the court? Ms. Pope, are you able to hear me?
No, it's fine. I saw the video, but I just couldn't hear anything he was saying or anything the judge was saying. I couldn't hear the entire time.
Oh, okay.
So he testified that he had not done anything to edit or alter that video since submission. Are you okay with the video being entered into evidence?
I am.
Okay. All right. Mr. McNeil, was there anything else you wanted to tell us today?
I have also video proof of the November case as well.
All right, Ms. Broom will see if she can find that. She'll pull it up.
Did you label November?
I
Because yours
believe-
are like video 1, video 2, and then
I just know it's multiple videos of just proof of abuse from her reaction towards me. So
Let's just play video 2 and we'll see if we can identify it from anything, assuming that was video 1 that we watched.
well, the first one was just labeled video, so this will be video 1, Judge.
Okay.
No, you're hurting me.
Let me go.
Get my phone, honey.
Let me go.
My phone.
I'm trying to give you. Yes, that was the day I got arrested when she was trying to. So I was trying to leave. It's another video. I had my kids in the car seat where she kept trying to bother me, and I'm just trying to get her off of me so she won't hit me or touch me, so I can leave.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
Not yet. You'll have an opportunity to
Okay.
at a later point, though.
You would like me to continue, Judge? Okay.
Yes, please.
You don't want to know how to respect. Leave me fucking outside. We're bitches. You don't respect me.
I'm out of
I do. Call back.
All right. So when do you believe that third video was from? The one we just watched, Mr. McNeil?
The one we just watched was a different altercation. That's like, she know I had videos of her abusing me. She just didn't want me to present it to the police because due to the fact that she'll try to take the kids away from me. Like she been
Right, but estimate a date for me or a month that you think that was from.
I could go into my camera roll. I think it was like July. I think that was July last year.
So not 2023, just to give a general idea, because I'm mostly interested in a sequence or a timetable.
Yes, sir. It
You
was
think that was probably before you got arrested?
Yes, that was before my arrest.
Okay. All right, very good. And Mr. McNeil, what has the custody and parenting situation been as far as your twins over the last month?
Over the last month after she been arrested, that was when I had them the whole time for the last like month or almost a month when she hasn't had no contact because she was granted no contact from the judge when she got out. But as soon as she got out, she sent me a text message of a paragraph saying a whole bunch of stuff. I also submitted that to y'all as well. But yeah, she was granted no contact, so I had them, and then she made this TPO right here saying that I did stuff towards her, which is false information. But prior to that week of us finding TPO, I filed one when she got arrested. But mine came late, and she was granted no visitation from Henry County. I also sent y'all that document as well, that PDF form from them. But she has access to the kids, and I just wanted to wait till we had court to figure out what we're going to do yet for now. But as of before, I really didn't have, like, if she get mad, she leaves. I don't see my kid for months at a time, like a gap until she call me and need me or she wanted to come back, and then like she using them kids against me.
All right, Ms. Bope, are there questions I need to ask Mr. McNeil that I haven't asked yet?
Yes, sir. The videos he provided of the incident of that happened on November 26th. Mr. McNeil actually has altered the videos. He's not showing you where I'm grabbing him by his pants, asking him to provide me my phone. Whenever we have disputes, Mr. McNeil takes my
I'm gonna
bank
stop you
card.
right here. You'll have an opportunity to give rebuttal testimony in a moment. Before
Okay.
we get there, do you have questions?
I don't have any questions for right now.
Okay, Mr. McNeil, I believe I got this correct. You said you did not have other witnesses you intended to call, correct?
No, sir.
Okay, so Ms. Bope, as the petitioner, you have the opportunity to provide rebuttal testimony. That is essentially a response to things that you have heard said or shown today. You're still under oath. What would you like to tell us?
Absolutely, sir. And I do have my evidence of everything that happened on the videos that he provided as well. We'll start with the video of November 26th, I believe, that he provided. When I was grabbing him by his pants, I was screaming was, please give me my phone. Mr. McNeil has the tendency of taking my bank cards, taking my phone, so I'm unable to call police or call for help. He takes my bank card, he takes my phone to keep me stranded. I'm unable to leave the home because he has both keys. And if I do leave the home, it is an issue. He has both keys, he has my card, he has my phone. I do have evidence of me begging him to, give me my card back so I can buy, food for the kids or financially, support myself. We do have 2 kids, they need to eat, they need food. He refuses to do so because he wants me to be trapped in the house. I can't leave. That's why he has cameras to watch me. Mr. McNeil is the only person that has access to those camera footage, so he can only show you guys what he wants you guys to see.
So, and how would you describe the parenting and custody situation over the last month?
I've been a full-time mom to my kids. I do have evidence that I have provided as well, where I would ask him for help with our children. He refuses to. Mr. McNeil has 2 pets. He has a snake
I'm
pet.
sorry, let me rephrase my question a bit. What's been going on since the no contact order was put in place?
I've had our kids.
Okay. And given that, what I will tell both of you, irrespective of any ruling I make for either of you today, the only way that really this gets settled is essentially through a divorce and a formal permanent custody agreement. Because, even if it's granted, the T in TPO stands for temporary, and then it runs out, and then you're back to square one. And so, with that in mind, so you took them with you after you left in June, essentially, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and has he been able to see them or visit them in any way?
He has not made any contact with anybody of my family in regards to reaching out to the kids. So he hasn't reached out to see his kids at all.
All right, and what is your feeling regarding visitation if visitation were to be requested?
If visitation would have been requested, I would request supervised visitation.
Okay. All right, Mr. McNeil, as it relates to custody and visitation, what are your preferences?
My preference for custody, I prefer every other week. 1 week she get them, next week I'll get them. I could take care of them at work. I have a daycare and everything like that in process as well.
All right. So here's what I will say. This is a tough case. Those videos, to put it as cleanly as possible, are dramatic at best. There's a lot going on. And it's clear that this is a relationship that is not healthy and has run its course for the two of you. But we still have your twins. And so you two will continue to be connected, even if you're not together or around each other very much. And those things are going to have to be worked out. I will say that, Mr. McNeil, the evidence you've collected is compelling in the sense of what it depicts. But there's another side to that, which is what presents on that video as well is what I would kind of describe as evidence being collected for the purpose of being used. It is a means to an end. And some of the statements that the refrains that you have on the video kind of speak to that. It's my decision. Is going to be to extend the order, but understanding that Ms. Bope, your criminal bond conditions remain as they are. And so you have an order. Mr. McNeil will have an order as well. And so you two should not really be contacting each other for any reason in any way. I'm comfortable with the request regarding custody, and what will happen is once you're both able to go through it, there will be custody exchange at a supervised visitation center that we have here in the